I'm Tanderious Williams. I'm a sophomore at Pearl High School.
Hi, I'm Hermela Demma. I'm a senior at MLK.
I'm McKenna Mimms. I'm a junior at MLK.
Welcome to Special Collections.
Okay. So we got this internship through a program called Opportunity Now by Megan Berry. It was a program created to help teens be integrated into the workforce. I found it through looking through another internship called Mahari Medical. We had to go on a website called Opportunity Now, and through that I found a multitude of different jobs, and I found this one, Special Collections, and I was interested in it, and I got accepted after applying.
Okay, so what we do here at Special Collections is we look at this ledger book that has the first 10,000 books of the library, and what we're doing is we're going to go back and, the first thing we did was transfer all of the stuff from this book into the Google Sheets, and then we're taking the first 150 books and we're going to see if they're in the library or not, and if they're not in the library, we're going to find replacements. And what they're doing is for the 150th anniversary of the library, they're going to make an exhibit for the first 150 books. And a lot of the first books are burned because they were in a fire.
So in 1905, Kirkland Hall got into a real bad fire. And during this fire, many books were burned. And I also have a picture for you. This was Kirkland Hall before the fire. And this was Kirkland Hall after the fire. And a little fact for you. A lot of students on campus right inside the burning fire building, the fire burning building, because it's hard to say it. How do you say it?
The burning building.
Well, okay. Many students went into the burning building and took as many books as they could and threw them out the window. So a couple of books that we have, most of the books that we have that still made it through the fire, you can tell that they have a couple burnt spots. And as we have here, you can tell by the book right here how it was burned, and you can kind of smell it a little bit. I don't think you can smell it to the camera. And you can tell how the pages are around the outside of the books.
So recently we were interviewed by the Tennessean. It was in relation to Opportunity Now and building a stronger workforce with teens. They asked us questions regarding what we did in the past summer versus how our experience is now.
I learned that communication in my workplace is the key to success. Special Collections taught me so much on how to communicate with others, as I worked with these two, because we came in not knowing each other from different schools, and how that we just got to know each other that first day, and next day working on a whole project that will be showcased will be awesome. So that's what I learned, and I would recommend my friend working at Special Collections.
I learned many advanced databases where you can find a lot of information that you wouldn't normally find just going through your average Google search, which I feel would help me as I'm a rising senior and when I go into college, make more knowledgeable essays. Also, I've learned I've learned the shelving system of the books. Sometimes there's different letters depending on whether it's a divinity book, or it's related to science, or it's related to teaching. There's also the Dewey Decimal System, which is by numbers and not necessarily letters.
So I learned here at my internship the Library of Congress numbers, the Dewey Decimal System, as well as also very important thing is I learned how to get comfortable in a new situation. Never had to do that before, so it's helped me get my new job. So also I made a discovery, kind of like a theory, that the first books were written like religious books and they were by men, so it just showed kind of what the foundation of learning was back then. Oh, and I would recommend this internship. I would recommend Opportunity Now because they give you a wide selection of jobs that you're not going to find on your own, as well as I would recommend Special Collections because they're nice people and they help you out a lot. Yeah.
I recommend both Special Collections and Opportunity Now. It gives you a large selection of jobs and it allows you to be productive during your summer while also learning life skills like I have. I recommend Special Collections because I loved working here. I like the people who work with me. Also, I feel like I've learned a lot that'll help me when I go to apply for another job.
And I also would like to thank the Special Collections Library for teaching us how to do these things because now I feel I'm a step ahead of the game.